All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World Championship Series, European Premier League Season number 3, as we find out who is that first player to fall down into Challenger. Will it be MIA Starbuck, or will it be Grubby? It's going to be tough.
I don't know. I have a feeling that it's Grubby, but in the W says anything is possible.
Yeah.
It keeps on happening. Players that nobody, or not too many people, should I say, because I know there's some that did predict it. I read the forums, I read Reddit. There are a couple of people that thought Genius would go through, but the overall majority of people and fan favorites are just not cutting it. They're not.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's absolutely insane what we're seeing this season. It's worse than last season.
Yeah, it's already
worse. Last season, the entire top 8 of Season 1 wasn't there.
After the round of 16,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they'd all gone.
And it was like, huh?
We could have the same thing
And
happen,
then it
man.
could very well happen again here. Just a refreshed top 8 come to the end of this season. It's absolutely incredible that this is happening. And the one player now, or both players, are going to have to fight for that pride because one of them could be going home. Depends on how Starbuck does. He could knock out Grubby and then potentially knock out Loose Fern as well.
That would be crazy. That would, especially after seeing the first series. But anyway, guys, we shall now jump into this. It'll be Derelict Watcher as our first map. And then I believe the next 2 maps are Yonsu and Polar Knight.
Ooh,
so, we're loving
All right.
the new maps.
Loving it. Loving it. All right, so Derelict Watcher, the first one as you just said, coming in for Grubby versus Starbuck. I do not know Starbuck's style as much when it comes to Protoss. I know him a little bit more when it comes to playing versus Terran. So I'm going to just go into this very open-minded and just try to break down what I see on hand rather than what I expect him to do. Grubby, though, a player that messes around with a lot of Void Rays recently. He's got a lot of aggressive plays, whether it be gateways, lots of timings. Anything possible from the Grubster here. But I don't think he predicted to play this game.
No, I don't think so either. Well, we'll see now as we have spun down to the bottom left-hand corner, Blue Zerg. Representing MIA, it is indeed Starbuck. And up to the top right, Red Protoss. Representing the Netherlands, he is Grubby. And Starbuck has played some very interesting games against Protoss in the past. Even again, specifically against Genius. I remember him.
Yeah.
I think he mentioned it somewhere in the chat when we were watching that game or watching those games that he had something special planned and he was going to reveal it to everyone. And he had such confidence in his speciality that he seemed really good going into the game. So we could see some craziness, but I think we may end up just seeing the macro again.
I think so. I think we may see a special build coming out from Starbuck in one of the games.
Yeah.
In one of them, I think we may see something special. But for now, and when that means special, like maybe an early extract or early spawning pool, something along those lines. Yeah. He's just checking his main base right now for any proxy gateways before he, by the looks of it, going for a hatchery first.
Just sneaking that out, and Grubby did go for Gateway Expand here, with the gas now going down as well. So, once again, I've said it many a time, but I do like Gateway Expands against Zerg.
It's I actually do too.
Yeah.
Nexus First is okay on some maps when it's a bit bigger, but Gateway Expand just gives you so many different options to mess around with, whether it be 3 gateways after this, whether it be 4 gateways, whether it be a Stargate down fast, a Robo down fast, because the Cybercore's down much earlier. It is a very good build, and it does keep your opponent guessing. On a map like Derelict Watcher, there's a lot of 3 gates that are very popular that try to get Zealots towards a third base location of a Zerg player to try to pressure it nice and early.
And the 7-minute score is going to go down in the wall here. So Grubby's, with the uncertainty factor of what his opponent's doing right now, just taking little bits of precautionary measures.
Yeah.
And then
just
once he
wall
gets
off with one pylon there if something crazy was to happen.
Exactly. So he just gets over there, confirms the hatchery's down, and then he's going to feel a little bit more comfortable.
Starbuck's build is catered towards Gateway First here because of how popular Gateway Expands are nowadays. He's gone for hatchery first, which is great against it, spawning pool, and then gas really early anyway, without even scouting anything from Grubby's side, just saying, all right, Gateway Expand, I played you on the ladder a lot, Grubby. I kind of know how the trend of this matchup goes. I'm going to have the best build, or one of the better builds, to be able to deal with it. One of the better builds would have been 3 hatcheries before spawning pool.
Oh, yeah.
But on a map like Derelict Watcher, I'm pretty sure a Zealot Mothership core, with followed Gateway Pressure, would probably deal with it. So this is probably, this map, the best catered build towards Gateway Expand.
Yeah, it's a nice choice. The smaller the map, the less likely that 3-hatch is going to come along. Although Targa has gone for it in the past on smaller maps. So it's certainly there and a possibility. But the Queens are on the way, and Starbuck is just going to get that speed now, just to keep him defended against anything that Grubby would like to throw at him.
Yeah, that's right. Especially with a lot of gateway times that come out. Zergling speed is going to help to deal with the probe, to deal with the pylon, to deal with the zealots before they get in high numbers, if Grubby was to go for something along those lines here. So it's a great addition to his build. It's going to help him be ultra safe early on, and will also allow him to get a third base, hopefully, in his eyes, untouched, unharassed, and fully protected.
And Grubby's just checking both of the potential third locations. And once the two gateways do go down, slightly have the one of them out of shot of that Overlord. But seeing that one, I mean, Starbuck, even with the gateway expand, he already anticipated these two gateways going down. So it's by the by. Depending on whether Grubby wants to pressure over it or not, remains to be seen.
Nice and early evolution chamber coming in here. And we're going to be looking at +1 carapace here, Kalaris for Zerglings.
Oh, yeah.
+1 carapace going to be very good for defending any mid-game pushes. They're also going to be very good at pressuring the third base as well, surviving that extra hit against the Zealots before the Forge +1 attack is in there. That's a decent setup. Oh, no, look, melee. Oh, wow.
Oh, hello.
All right, with melee, he's going to play a super aggressive style with Zerglings in this game. There's a lot of different styles that branch off of this afterwards. One of the more popular ones back in the day was to go for Spire play with +1 attack and +1 attack on both ground and air.
Yeah.
But what I think we're going to see is he's expecting Grubby to take a third base with Sentry and Zealot. He's going to try to deny that with a lot of Zerglings. And if he gets that denial, should I say, sorry, he'd be in good shape.
Yeah, he certainly would be. He doesn't know about the Stargate just yet, though, which is something he has to account for as more and more drones get plowed out. And those Zerglings are just heading across the map here once again for Starbuck to just keep an eye on his opponent at the very, very front. He will see that +1 weapons researching if he pokes up, because there's actually no cannon to deny that scout. Oh, but he already sees it with the Overlord anyway, so he knows what's up.
Yeah, I'm really sure he's expecting just regular play from Grubby. It looks very normal from his eyes. Double gases have come down. Pretty sure Stargate's going to follow this. But whatever the case, he's going to dedicate towards trying to bring this third Nexus down. Absolutely.
And, well, Grubby's heading is over with that Mothership core to get confirmation of that third base. Super, very important. And the Robo Facility starts with this as well for Grubby. So even the Roach Warren, 11 drones. Wow, that's a lot of drones at any one time. He feels pretty comfortable here.
Starbuck's playing a really good game compared to his other games. In this game, unlike the others, he has not been harassed. Grubby's just been on his base all the time. So Starbuck's been able to play a little bit more untouched. And here come the Zerglings. This is roughly the time that Grubby would want to move out with a couple of Sentries and Zealots. Here are the Zealots getting warped in to take his third Nexus. 3 Zealots, 2 Sentries. Here comes the probe. This is lining up perfect for Starbuck.
Yeah, it certainly is. As that Zergling does get the confirmation of what's going on.
Yep, he sees the movement out. And 10 more Zlings. Perfect.
10 more.
+1 attack finished.
This is going to be difficult for Grubby to hold off. Yes, he'll have a Void Ray, but in the end, Void Rays really don't cut it that well against a large amount of Zerglings.
He's going to hit there before there's any pylon on that third base at all.
Uh-oh.
This is absolutely perfect. He's going to get a full surround here. Grubby's going to have to be really careful with this.
Oh, those Sentries get surrounded as well. The Force Fields do not connect properly. They melt to the +1 Zerglings there.
And more units are coming across. 22, in fact, in the production tab. If he kills this Nexus, Starbuck will take a lead in this game. I promise you he takes a lead in this game.
Same time, Grubby kind of knows what's up at this point. He's trying to bring those Zealots back to a more defensive position. The main is sealed off by that Sentry. He's thrown out a Force Field, and indeed it will do. Zerglings trying to find a way.
He's going to lose the Sentry. The Force was it. He has to warp in another one over there.
One cheeky little Zergling did get in and wrap around on these Zealots as well if he wants to go for it, but he's just going to go straight for the Nexus. All
right. Is he going to get the Nexus? Is he going to get the Nexus? That's a lot of Zealots, man.
Oh, that's going to be close. Oh, but he's bringing more Zerglings. Oh.
Breaks into the natural with a few, but he hasn't broken the Nexus yet. If Grubby keeps hold of this, and he is doing really well, can warp in a Zealot or 2 into the main mirror line.
Great pylon warp in there, trying to deny some of those Zerglings from getting in, but he does finally breach that. And, well, at the same time, the natural has been breached as well.
How many probe kills is he going to get? Remember, he has to do damage with this kind of strategy.
Oh, he's going to get a lot. There's no units there. He's trying to bring them back, but he's already got 8 worker kills, 9. Needs more. He's going to go into the main.
Grubby can't warp in 2 Zealots there to actually deal with that warp in, so he does get into the main mirror line. 2 Zealots are already waiting. 14 Hydras as the follow-up, by the way.
Whoa, yeah, that's
16 Hydras as the follow-up, and Grubby's been very much slowed down, but he does have 1 Colossus about to come in.
And Zerglings connect with the Zealots, and now they're just going to stay in the middle line. They're not being dealt with. He's killing a
19.
lot off. And the Zerglings are tickling away at the third as well. And the Hydralisks have been spotted, so Grubby knows what's up.
but does he have enough to deal with it?
I don't know.
The Zergling's going away on the third Nexus as well.
Yeah.
Grubby's trying to defend in 3 locations.
If these 4 Zerglings kill off this Nexus, okay, the Colossus should be able to save it.
Yeah, they don't have any Carapace. Oh, they do have Carapace now, but still.
Kills them off one at a time.
More and more Hydras coming in. It's like basically a follow-up attack Ling Hydra to win the game.
This could kill. This could kill.
I actually think it can. I actually think that Starbuck's about to take game 1 away from Grubby.
The thing is that Colossus, to deal with this, it would need Thermal Lance.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even have that.
He needs another Colossus or a bunch of sentries to protect that one Colossus.
Yeah.
Because here come the Hydras. They're researching Hydra range first because he doesn't care about speed. He just wants speed's more expensive. Hydra range is going to be better to actually get to the Colossus, as mentioned, with that thermal lance.
6 range.
More drones, a Spire coming in. He's already got 400 gas. If he just saves his gas and goes for a Mula switch...
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to lose my mind, man, because he's playing fantastic.
Yeah, this is a really, really good game. And, you know, previously we've seen Starbuck play so well against all of his Protoss opponents, and he's carrying that on through here. He beat Tails in Challenger 2-0, and now, against Grubby, he's looking really, really good. He's going to start berating that Forge. That's going to die off. He's not going to get any more upgrades. This is hard for Grubby.
800 gas in the back, man. 800 gas, a few more Overlords. He's starting to research +2 melee, but he should get a few more Overlords here just so he can make sure he builds enough Mutalisks. I don't think it's going to be Corruptors. I think this is a Mutalisk switch here, considering that look at Grubby's army. Yeah.
Are you going to go, Hydras? Are you going to go? Because this army of Grubby it's so small right now. The Zerglings are trying to flood in, and the Natural, he's forcing him down into the low ground.
All right, here Starbuck goes. Can Grubby hold on?
Oh, the Zergling's going to try and get the wraparound on some of those sentries here, but they don't get it.
Really good force fields.
Okay, those Overlords have just finished up. There's the Mutalisks. 8 on the way.
All right, so what? This isn't going to be like I'm going to attack on the Natural or something. It's
3 Stargates. 2 extra Stargates even.
Yeah, Grubby's expecting. Well, he doesn't know it's coming, but he's expecting this. But I think this is just a part of his build. Well, he's building Phoenixes already.
Yeah, he hasn't seen the Stargate.
He hasn't seen it, but he's got a Star Sense coming in, and he will spot it with these this hallucinating Phoenix. The problem is it's not going to be harassment Phoenixes. It's actually just going to be one big attack, because the Phoenixes will target down the Colossus, and just like Corruptors targeting down the Colossus, but after that, the Mutalisk can do damage to every other unit as well. Yeah. So that's what he seems to be hoping for here with this, but Grubby knows it's coming.
Yeah, he knows that the Mutalisks are already heading up to that north position there. He hallucinates a few Phoenix to keep an eye on what's going on, but the Mutalisks are already entering the main.
Yeah, look at
this. There's no cannon. There's no nothing.
There's nothing at the moment. I didn't think he'd just go in like that. I thought he'd take a straight-up fight, but I'm sure that's to follow soon, with the Roach and Hydras climbing up.
Yeah, certainly could do. He's already killed off 26 workers during this game. He's going to get a few more. Maybe even that Phoenix. It should die off there.
Yeah, Mothership Core 2. Great pick off, because that's no photon overcharge for the next attack.
Yeah, so he's going to have to replenish that. +1 weapon starts off with a lot more Phoenix, but even if he wants to start a Fleet Beacon, it's going to be spotted instantly. The Mutalisks are dying off.
Yeah, he's not really dedicating much to them, because he's seen these 3 Stargates. He's started Corruptor production.
I actually think that might be a bit of a giveaway there for Grubby, because, yeah, he cancels the Phoenix. It's like, what, you're throwing these Mutalisks away so easily?
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to continue that Phoenix production.
Yeah, and Void Ray start. Really smart play from both sides. This is a very intelligent game from both sides here. Just understanding of how a Zerg would play and how a Protoss would play.
Yeah.
But for Starbuck, there's a 5th base on the way. He's already on 4. He's going to have a lot of gas income. He doesn't have the best upgrades. He's got 2-1, and that's melee. There's no range attack for the Roach and Hydras. But we're going to see an attack come in now from Starbuck. And are the Corruptors going to be enough? Because there are Void Rays coming in. There's already 1, there's about 3 more, and +1 attack. Considering, I mean, we're talking a lot about how Starbuck's playing so well, but considering the circumstances, Grubby's done pretty well for himself too.
Oh yeah, he could have just straight up died at the beginning of that mid-game, but now he's stabilized, he's holding on, he's reading his opponent well as well. Remember, he prepared those Stargates before even seeing the Spire, after seeing what was going on at the front.
This is a very powerful attack.
That's one of the kill on the Void Rays. He will have a good concave, but there's a lot of sentries still with force fields. We'll throw those down. The Corruptors just fly straight on in. Corruption on the Colossi does kill them all off really, really quickly, but at the same time, almost all the Corruptors are almost dead.
2 Colossus are dead, but 2 are still alive.
Yeah.
And there's not that many Corruptors left, because the Void Rays have done a lot there, but there's more Lings and more Hydras coming in.
But there's not that much on the ground for Grubby as well, so he has to be careful about where he takes the engagements.
Yeah, force fields need to be key.
Yeah, just land a few, really sealing off that natural.
One more Colossus down, only 1 left.
And he has to be... there's no more Corruptors, so now that Grubby will be able to push that back with just the 1 Colossus. Colossus and Void Ray production being as it is with these 3 bases up and running, Starbuck... he kind of has to get out of the mid game, and it looks like he is transitioning on to that Hive because you don't want to get stuck on the mid game for too long as a Zerg.
I think Grubby's now just said to himself, I wish I could try and get some harassment down to these back bases because there's no way that I can allow him to get to 5.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. But look at all the spines and spores that are going to go down to that base because when you send a zealot and then both kind of have some dead time and they're like, all right, my zealot's killing this base, it's down there. I should probably want to focus on killing that. Likewise, Starbuck's like, all right, let me kill that zealot. But also remember, I've got to defend that base later on.
Yeah, he's always going to hit again. Lightning does strike twice in this matchup, so...
Oh, look at the links. There's a big surround coming in. Oh my god, look at the surround.
Oh.
The Mothership Core will have to recall here. I don't think he can take this fight.
And the Zerglings are killing off those pylons, and then they can just push on straight forwards once this army gets into a better position.
Grubby knows he's about to be surrounded here. He has to recall. Surely can't take this fight. Oh, time warps down. He's going to fight.
Very, very good time warp there. He has force fields. He could throw them down on the ramp as he retreats out to maybe combat that other army, but no, corruption as well.
This is a massive army from Starbuck.
Oh, really, really good force field. Seal off a lot of that at the back there. Really negating a lot of the damage. The Corruptor's still going to work,
He's got to get rid of the Colossus, not the Void Rays here.
Yeah.
Okay, he changes the target. He was a bit slow on that. But wow, Grubby's force field's perfect in slowing that down, but still, look at the army supply.
Yeah, Grubby is going to get pushed back here. There's a lot of Zealots that are just marching to their deaths to try and tank some of these Roaches. But at the same time, the Hydralisks are the ones doing the big damage from the back. 24 Hydralisks in production, as well as 22 Zerglings. He wants to get over there and land that killing blow.
And there's no Colossus anymore. All 4 in this game have been destroyed. There's one more about to come out in this game, but with all these Hydras coming in, I really felt that that was a very pressured move by Grubby. I wouldn't just... It was a mistake in the sense that he's very far behind and if not lost the game now. But the thing is, there's 5 bases of a Zerg.
Yeah.
The tech switches available from 5 bases are anything.
If he have recalled back, do you think he could have tried to hold that 4th base, maybe played it out a little bit longer? But the Hive going down with the Ultralisks?
I think that's the best choice. That's mostly in this matchup's the best choice to try and get to a death ball.
Yeah, Zergling's going to go straight into this engagement as well. He knows he has a lot of power behind this army. The army, 112 supply against 66. Hydralisks going to completely mash away at those Void Rays on the high as well. And this army is just not enough for Grubby. Starbuck is going to take his first game.
He's going to take this first game, man. GG. Good game from Starbuck. Absolutely brilliant game. And it looked like he may have been a bit nervous earlier against Lucifron, but that was an absolutely stonker of a game. That was beautiful by him. So many different switches of units back and forth. Great surround on that army. And he says, well, everyone's counting me out, so I'm probably going to be out, but I'll give it my best shot. And, well, that was an absolute cracker of a game.
In that exact voice. That's how Slovenians sound.
That was a cracker of a game.
Yeah. It certainly was. And I do think that Starbuck's strength is in his ZVP. In comparison to his other matchups, Lucifron just made him look a bit silly in that game. But now, against Grubby, imagine if Starbuck had to play against Grubby and then Genius, because, again, he's already beaten Genius in the past. So we could have seen Starbuck just plow his way through Protoss. But let's not take anything away from Grubby. His PVZ is still ridiculously good, as we've previously mentioned, with his win ratios across the WCS system. So...
Just took a little bit too much damage versus those Zerglings, which kind of put him on the back foot, where he was defending a lot and was just kind of accepting all these different switches all the time. And eventually one left hook landed.
And for Starbuck, it's not something that you can just react to. You're like, oh, well, you see a third base going down and you're like, right, time to start +1 and stuff like that. He had that plan in position for a long, long time. So he always anticipated Grubby doing that, and then Grubby played into his hands. So that's how that game really played out. Starbuck was establishing himself the advantage from a very early position in that game.
Yeah, and now Grubby gets a bit of a feel of how he's playing this series. Not so much of how he's played games in the past, but how he's playing this series. And I think Grubby's going to be a little bit more mentally prepared because this is the loser's match. Yeah. If Grubby loses this, he repeats his Season 1, where he is out in the round of 32. Remember, Grubby represented Europe, the only player in this 4 today that represented Europe so far this season, with 2 players coming from Challenge League, Lucifron not being able to do that 2 seasons in a row. Does the World Championship Series Europe continue in the way that it has been since Season 2, where the favourites just keep on losing?
It certainly could do. We may end up seeing a lot of upsets here. And Who is going to go through in second place? That's the big question. It's not only the question we're asking, it's also a question Rockat's asking over on Twitter.
And we'll find out, won't we, soon enough, because we're getting closer and closer towards that final game.
We certainly are. So Grubby's just taking a second, as he generally does in between these series. He's a player that likes to try and stay calm, very mentally.
Yeah, I think if anyone was to close their eyes right now and just imagine this was played out live and we were in the studios for the round of 16, and there'd be that camera shot, right, of Grubby just with his eyes closed, looking and, not really looking at everything because his eyes are closed, but staring at the screen with his eyes closed.
Looking at his eyelids.
Yeah, looking at his eyelids, visioning how the next map plays out.
Yeah.
Because it is a new map. You pointed out the next 2 maps are new ones. Youngsu first, then over to Polar Knight if needed for the last game.
Polar Knight can be a tough one, well, we'll see what happens on Yeonsu. But again, we saw in the Korean qualifiers some cool little tricks on this map, some cool little positions that you can go for if you are a Protoss player. Grubby, well, again, all of these players have played quite a bit on the ladder on these maps. So they are certainly well versed in them already. Not as much, obviously, as the previous maps, and that's why we don't see them as much, but we're seeing them slowly work their way in, which is really nice. Far more today than we did last week. So, countdown's begun. We are going to get into this game here in just a second. Starbuck could cause the upset. After that game, it was, you rightly described it, a stonker of a game.
I mean, this guy could beat Grubby right now. I really feel that he could. I felt something told me earlier on that Starbuck could do well today. But I thought he'd do a lot better against Loose Fun than he did, but he really pulled out a performance there to remember him by. If he was to lose in this game anyway, I think everyone would be like, wow, remember that one game that he played against Grubby and he absolutely killed him.
Yeah, fiery game, man. A fiery game. But now we can jump into game number 2 as we have spawning up to the top right as our blue Zerg. Representing MIA, and Slovenia, he is Starbuck. And down to the bottom left, our red Protoss on the verge of elimination. Who would have thought it here after his performances in Season 2? Representing the Netherlands, he is Grubby.
Can Grubster beat the Coffee Zerg here?
The Grubster.
Do you reckon he can beat the Coffee Zerg?
I don't know. We're certainly fans of Starbucks and Starbuck. Me and you. It's been all right. I'm enjoying the caramel latte recently. It's good.
I do like a coffee.
Yeah.
I try not to drink too much coffee, but I do like a coffee.
It's good every once in a while.
Coffee and a Twix.
I was about to say
a coffee and a Twix is a killer combo.
That was your weakness today, and for a while.
Oh man, it's been my weakness for a couple of weeks now. Unfortunately, there's a vending machine right outside where I sit every day, and
it's only got Twixes in it. It's all road with just Twixes. There's nothing else in there.
Gotta love myself a Twix, especially with a nice coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I was casting at MLGs, back in this is before I used to be really bad with eating. I never used to eat breakfast. My breakfast, I used to drink a lot of coffee back in the day.
Yeah.
And I never used to eat breakfast.
Oh, well, sorry, go on.
Oh, no, okay. I used to drink a lot of coffee, and then when I was at MLG in New York, there's a Starbucks under their office.
Oh.
So they're on like the 23rd or whatever floor it is in New York. And on the bottom floor, as you walk in, is a Starbucks. So every morning when I'd go cast there, I would go for a Starbucks, and what with it? Cookie.
A cookie. Oh, a cookie.
That was my breakfast. And in England,
that's impressive.
When I used to live in England a couple of years back, I used to make my own coffee.
Yeah,
that's fine because I'd obviously not near a coffee place. But I used to buy white chocolate cookies.
White chocolate cookies.
From Tesco.
Oh, from Tesco.
White cookies.
Oh, this is just reminiscing about living in England now.
And I used to have 2 coffees. It would be one when I woke up with a white chocolate cookie.
Yeah.
And then it would be 11sies.
Oh, what?
11.
No way.
Another coffee at 11 with another white chocolate. Oh my.
This guy. Oh, in the village I used to live in, we owned a cafe that we still have, and it does the most amazing food and everything like that. I would go there like every day and just say, yeah, just put it on my dad's tab and just get everything I want. It was amazing.
All right, before we really crack on with this game, I've got to come to your point. English cafes.
Godly.
They have the filthiest breakfasts.
I'm
talking
it's amazing.
Grease to the limit.
Oh, it's so good. Bacon, sausage, eggs, hash browns. Oh,
all of that, man.
I miss this. I miss this.
And you can't deny a good English butty.
No.
That's bacon butty.
Oh, even Chip Butty, man.
Oh,
no!
Chip Buddy.
That's so good.
Oh, Chip Buddies. I miss Chip Buddies. Soaked in butter.
We've gone. It's gone.
Oh, sorry.
I can't wait to go back to England, man. It's going to be good this Christmas. Oh. All right, there's a game going on, I believe.
Oh, good old. And just to sum it up,
okay.
brown sauce.
Oh, some
Brown sauce. All right, that's the end of that.
Vinegar.
Oh, vinegar. Oh.
Salt and vinegar chips.
A lot of salt on the chips.
Oh, God.
All right, game. So we have a gasless build by Starbuck.
I can't even click on the Zerglings anymore.
He's got double spines coming in because he's seen these double gateways, but this map's a bit more difficult for a Zerg to take a third on because you have to kill the rocks, right, if you're going to expand to the north.
Yeah.
And Grubby's going to look with his Zealot. Double spines, though.
Oh, yeah, I think
it's a little bit over defensive.
I think our tangent that we just went on is what In Control would say. We've gone full English.
Gone too far, boys.
We've gone too far. Sorry. Oh well. Oh, Roach Warren.
Yeah, he's playing really, really, really defensive.
Yeah, that's a lot of defense.
I mean, he's seen the 3 gateways, sure, but
there's nothing
double
going
spine, a Roach Warren coming in.
He's like really anticipating. Actually, there was a probe moving out in his defense. Oh no, it decides to pull back.
Well, he knows that Grubby knows that there's no third base. So if it's 2 base versus 2 base, technically Grubby's in the lead with his economy, which he will be. This is an interesting build. 4 gases coming in from Starbuck. What is he doing? This is not normal. Not normal at all. Is he gonna get a layer right now? No, he can't be. Yeah, he can.
Oh, he is gonna.
Yeah, he can be. I was gonna say no because I thought that was an evolution chamber again, but it's a Roach Warren.
Is it speciality time?
We might have some special tactics coming here.
Ooh, the special tactics from Starbuck.
I'm trying to think what type. So Roach Speed is going to be a big pointer here with the layer finishing up. With all 4 gases, it could be Nidus Roach Speed.
Could be, could be. I like that, actually. You know, even put the Nidus at the front and just break down the walls.
I mean, there's an overload in between
style.
the 2 bases of Grubby, right, that could get into the main base. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. An evolution chamber's coming in. It could be super fast Hydralisk as well. But he's only landing 2 from each gas in his main base. I'm a little bit confused. I do not play and see this style very often, so...
Third base is down as well. If White Ra was a Zerg, this is the exact build he would use.
So is it just super fast Roach Speed then? Surely with the third base coming down and Roach production beginning, he spent a lot of his money just Roach Speed and then an attack upgrade from this evolution chamber now?
What do you make of what Grubby's up to here? With the Twilight Council, Robo Facility, a lot of sentries, +1.
He's going towards an Immortal Blink +2, probably third. That's what it seems like. He's like, oh my god, what the hell is happening in this game? Because he hasn't seen a third. He's not sure exactly what's going on. So I think like just a +2 Blink Immortal, slowly take a third base. Just very conservative style, I think, coming out from Grubby, because he's got no idea what's going on.
Yeah, he's got a pylon down behind this third base, and he does warp in a Zealot, so he now will spot this, which is good for him to spot.
Yeah, but if he warps any more Zealots than that one, he's going to lose them all because his Roach is already on the way.
Yeah, there's 12 drones on the way as well.
Just really weird play coming from Starbuck. It's not normal. It's probably freaking Grubby out a little bit, which is why he's playing towards this style.
Burrow and Groot spines coming down as well.
Grubby's ended on 5 extra gateways.
Ooh, so does he just go for
8?
The funny thing, there's already an observer out as well, so Burrow's not really going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, Grubby stopped his probes now. I thought he'd maybe take a third base with this, but he's definitely just looking towards a +2 Blink play.
This is what Parting was doing during the IEM qualifier, right?
Yeah.
And it had some very good success against the Zergs that he was playing against. He took one of the most efficient fights I have seen in this game in this matchup for a long time.
I'm really not sure what to think about this play from Grubby, though. I definitely thought it was a more conservative one, trying to take a third, but the problem is there's so many Hydras.
I think he's going to hit that spot that I was talking about all that while. Throw down the force fields here and try and blink up and down this ledge.
Yeah.
Because it's gearing up for that. It certainly kind of looks like it. This third base is very vulnerable to players like this. There's 2 spines there already. Starbuck's prepared himself quite nicely, but still. The Roaches and Hydras, they're all the way in the main. He's like, what are you up to? He's a bit confused.
God, he's so out of position. Grubby could easily snipe this third and then fall back on an expansion.
One Roach spots it, and now this is going to be Grubby's time to go here. Where is he going to throw down those force fields?
He's scared of the spines.
All right, he's going to pull back to the high ground. Starbuck has a hard time of dealing with this when it's on the high ground as well, because just 2 force fields alone are really going to shut down that first ramp next to his third.
10 drones coming in because he sees the third Nexus coming, so he knows this is not like an all-in now. Grubby's going to... I mean...
He still has to be very careful, though, right? I mean, there's a lot of firepower here. Grubby's clearing up the creep.
Absolutely.
Force fields for a few roaches. Will pull away. Doesn't have that many sentries here. Has to be careful.
And depending on how Grubby plays this third base can only fuel a stronger, same style attack.
Yeah,
like if he just starts building more Immortals now and more Stalkers, then same.
Look how fast this Hive is, though, off this. It just...
Yeah, he's got the Infestation Pit down. The Hive is coming in. Definitely just looking towards to get Vipers to deal with this.
Yeah, he's saying, well, you know, I'm not falling for the idea of you just going for this super aggressive, as he did see that third, as you mentioned before. And, well, Grubby's trying to keep an eye on his opponent as well. He sees the fourth base going down. He will see the Hive morphing in eventually.
Yeah, I really like the way that Starbuck's hugging the low ground and having a better flat position where Grubby has to fight down a ramp. So it's very difficult for Grubby to land the force walls necessary to pull off anything. But one thing he could do is try to rush down this ramp, time warp over the Spine Crawlers, and then force field his way to this third base because it's already taken a bit of damage, and then recall out to his third. That might be like a strategy he may pull.
It looks like he's just pulling back now. He wanted to look for a window that he just never saw because of the army positioning for Starbuck, who is looking to pursue, actually. His army is pretty scary itself, but he's only got +1 thus far.
Well, Grubby's coming up towards his fourth. He's going to try and use something. He's got the Mothership Core, but it's low in health. If that got picked off, Grubby would probably just lose this game. So he's got to be very careful. He's going to try and kill this fourth.
Preemptive force fields, making sure that he can't continue to chase.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that Mothership Core was so low there. Had to be so careful.
Yeah, just kill, recall to thirds.
Recall even like more, as soon as you can. Just before any of those units get anywhere near you.
So now Grubby's going over to Colossus as we saw the Robotic Spade come in and +3 attack here. He's probably just going to go for a +3 timing now with a couple of Colossus behind it because he slowed down his opponent's income across 4 bases. But before that can even happen for Grubby, he has got these Zealots in, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad. He's actually going to try and focus down the hatchery on this, but I think that probably just going for the drones would have been better. The army was far too close for him to really deal with.
Yeah, before Grubby can even get close to a +3 timing here, he's going to have to deal with Vipers bringing out the Colossus from this army.
Grubby's playing a cool game, though. I've got to say, in terms of his movements around the map, trying to draw his opponent here and there, but I don't think he can really do too much just yet. Starbuck, despite his crazy opening, being only on 55 drones, his army's going to be really strong. 139 army supply to 77.
Grubby sees this army, he sees everything. He'd never make a mistake here.
Yeah.
Catches all these Zerglings.
That's really nice.
And a Queen on the natural, too, with 3 Zealots that made its way to the natural.
Trying to do some damage.
Yeah.
And, any drone kill that he actually gets here is going to be big because he was never on that higher drone count. It's been 55 mostly throughout the entire game. And losing 6 now, his income's not going to be as strong as Grubby's.
Yeah. The Vipers. Oh, the Vipers are here. Feedbacks. Almost loses both Colossus here. Dear.
That's bad. He's going to have one more popping in a second, but losing those 2 Colossi for really not too much of his opponent. Look how easily that evened up the resources lost.
Yeah, he does have +2 attack, but those 2 Colossus were the damage. They're the big damage dealers here. There's one more.
Yeah.
One more here.
This third could be very vulnerable if he's not careful. Force fielding off this wide area is scary to do.
All right, Grubby needs to turtle like he's never done before.
Like never before.
Because this could be his tournament over if he takes too much damage to this. The 4 Vipers that have gone to get energy are coming back.
They don't have
enough energy yet, though.
No, they don't.
They're almost there. Like, he's trying to get there faster. So he left at only 55 energy and just going to say, all right, by the time I get there, maybe they have 75.
Really, really nice force fields. Cut a little bit off. It didn't force them all in. It didn't kind of seal them all in. But at the same time, it made sure that his opponent couldn't continue that advancement.
4 Abducts are about to be ready, Coloris. 1 Colossus, an Immortal, couple of Archons, no Storm available.
Best feedbacks need to occur here for Grubby.
Big warp in from Grubby. If he can kill that hatchery and defend at the same time. But here come the Vipers. This is it. He's going to grab the Colossus.
Oh, that's only 2 Colossi there. He could even grab the Archons. One of the Colossus does get grabbed forwards. Nice 2 feedbacks will seal that off. But at the same time, that Colossus falling means a lot less firepower. The second one goes down as well.
Grubby needs to blink like a hero here, but he's gonna kill that hatchery. So Grubby is holding on.
Yeah,
he didn't die to this attack, and he's gonna get that hatchery most likely.
The Zealots are doing a really, really good job up there. And we'll try and focus that down. The Roaches and Hydras are going to shut this away, though, and he killed just a few workers, not too much.
Didn't kill the hatchery, though. Did not kill the hatchery. Grubby's been able to survive, though. As there is no more Vipers on the field, I think. Oh, two more, sorry. Two more.
Spire's going down for Starbuck to try and transition on, but because he didn't have that many drones all the while, he hasn't had the normal bank that a Zerg would at this point, you know, with this army trying to do some damage. So it's not going to be as easy to transition out of this to the, you know, mass mutas that is probably going to be the option.
I definitely think this is maybe a storm mode now for Grubby.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of space, bit of time, bit of everything, really. But he walks into High Templar, does not have storm researched.
And Starbuck here just spreading that creep straight on forwards towards that 4th base so he can continue to pressure it.
Yeah. That one pylon on the left-hand side for Grubby's an absolute savior. If he didn't get Storm and saved his gas for a Dark Shrine instead.
Oop, feedback on a queen. 2 queens, in fact.
Nice.
But those feedbacks are also going to be extremely important later on for when he finds those Vipers. They do have quite a bit of energy to go for those pulls. And he has the 2 Colossi there now that are going to be the prime targets for those. Ultralisk Cavern.
Yeah, but his upgrades aren't good enough yet, so the Ultra's going to have to come in a lot later on. Or at least if they do come in, they won't be really the damage dealers. That'll be the Hydralisk with their +3 attack coming in.
Yeah, the committal to the mid-game and those Hydralisks and Roaches is something here that could come back to bite him.
Big Zealot warping again, man. This is perfect.
That's got to kill it. It's got to kill it.
He actually needs Zealot charge, something that
I'd
like to see.
It would get there a little bit quicker and make it a bit harder for Starbuck to actually shut down, but the expansion does fall. He can transfer over to his 4th base, but whoop, bye-bye Colossus.
Wow. That's so depressing.
Whoop. Get pulled, man. Get pulled.
Yeah. But Grubby on 4 bases now. He's got a really, really good income. Solid income now, actually. And killing that 3rd of Starbuck, who is now on 3 bases and his main and natural's running out. He's running out of resources himself. He actually needs to be re-expanding, probably to the top left.
And all the while, whoa, he has Broodlords on the way.
Yep.
All the while, you know, it's only no Ultralisks or anything like that. There's still so many sentries in this army. So he has the opportunity to force field off a lot of it if he wants to. It doesn't matter too much, though, with the
Grubby,
pulls.
be careful, buddy.
Whoop. And bye-bye Colossus again.
Yeah, he's got to be careful there.
How is he going to deal with these Broodlords? Oh, he knows that they're on the way.
He's preventing Starbuck from mining, but this is also a very dangerous position to be in.
Yeah, he sees that the Broodlords were going down, so he does have the double Stargates coming along, but it's going to take him a little while to get that fleet beacon up.
The Mothership Core may get pulled here.
Ooh.
Oh, great feedbacks. Great feedbacks, great storms.
Very nice indeed, but you can't really force field too much of this off. The storms go down once again. Hydralisks from the back as well. Force fields are,
great force fields.
Nice storm to complement those force fields. Very, very well done. A lot of this army is still Zealots though, so they're not going to be able to do too much against this. Really not that much firepower left over here from Grubby.
Yeah, he's got to save his Stalkers too.
Yeah.
Because he needs to be able to blink underneath these Broodlords, but...
Oh, but look at the follow-up. A few more Ultralisks with chitinous plating going to be complementing this army. So there's Grubby can't prepare for everything right now. This
that was a dangerous place for Grubby to be. I don't think he really needed to. I mean, it was great for him to do the harassment to that base and prevent mining, but he also lost a lot there. That trade was not equal at all.
This is a interesting friendship that we have going on down to the bottom right. The High Templar and the Overseer. Not really doing too much more than that.
That just ended.
You
said it, yeah.
Oh, well, the curse continues. As we will have that Spine Crawler end up dying off. The Ultralisks are going to be revealed. Void Rays and Colossi on the way at any given point in time here for Grubby, so his army composition is going to be really strong.
Void Rays and Immortals now being pumped out, so these are the 2 key units here for Grubby to defend. So from here on out, Grubby just needs to sit back on these 4 bases, does not need to move past the halfway line at all, apart from with harassing Zealots. Wait until you get these Immortals, wait until you get the Void Rays, but he can't wait because right now, Starbuck's the one pushing the issue. Yeah,
11 Stalkers here. They can't really blink under this. They're going to try, though. Gosh. Oh, geez. They're going to die very, very quickly. They have to retreat out. Storm goes down to try and prevent his opponent from pursuing, but this 4th base is going to be laid to waste soon if he's not careful.
Yeah, he may lose this. The Void Rays need to get in there, but there's still a couple of Hydras left. He needs to storm these Hydras if he can.
Yeah, absolutely needs to kill those off. If he does, then the Void Rays are going to go completely uncontested, but he doesn't kill them. The Void Rays end up dying.
Yeah, Ultra is still pretty crappy, if I'm honest, with their +1 melee. Not dealing the most damage here.
And Grubby's still under a lot of pressure. He's going to lose his 4th base. It goes down.
Yeah, that hurts Grubby a lot now. That really hurts.
The blink forward, but he has no anti-air left. He has 1 Void Ray, and that is it.
3 more on the way. 3 more on the way, but not there yet.
Grubby, you have to be so careful, my friend.
Man. What a hero if he's able to do this.
Yeah, 104 army supply against 56 right now. His army is looking phenomenal here. Grubby has no answer to it whatsoever.
Yep, 3 Void Rays out, 3 more on the way. But That's 6 Void Rays against a bunch of Hydras that just got warped in or brought into the game. 16 Hydras on the field with 4 more.
Oh, jeez.
This army may not be beatable. It's got everything.
Yeah.
It's got Roach, Hydra, Viper, Ultralisk, and the Broodlords.
And the pull forwards as well on those Colossi, trying to keep Grubby alive,
Wow,
but not at all.
This is going to be it.
Starbuck is maiming this game. He is taking it as a win. He's 100 supply up. He's pushing into the natural. GG, well played. Starbuck takes the series 2-0 and eliminates Grubby from the round of 32.
Wow. Starbuck.
What is going on in WCS Europe, man? What is going on?
Who the buck are you? Wow.
He's pretty good,
Just
man.
beaten Grubby 2-0 and will go up in the rematch
no.
against Lucifron in the final match. Oh, wow.
Wowzers.
Wow. Can't believe this is happening again
Yeah.
in WCS. But congratulations to Starbuck. Losing so one-sidedly against Lucifron 2-0.
This is his matchup.
And then BAM!
This is his matchup, man.
Well done, buddy. Well done. Big congratulations there.
Yeah, and but we're not done just yet. We have one final series in the day, as Starbuck is going to have to pull something out of his hat here to beat Lucifron in the final series. I think he'll be a little more confident, though. I think in the first series, Starbuck looked a little shaky through nerves. But after that victory, I think he'll feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to come into this with a fresh mindset over... Forget the 2-0. He just beat Grubby 2-0. He must be feeling over the moon with that victory. And now he must face off against Lucifron. Grubby, again, continuing with the list of non-Koreans in the WCS ranking system. Another name crossed off the line, and it's been absolutely incredible. Just go through the list one more time. Naniwa coming into Season 3. Crossed off.
Bye-bye.
Scarlet's got a pencil through a line because we're still not sure if she even plays in Season 3.
Can still rub it out.
TLO. Stefano retired. Grubby. Next on the line is Lucifron.
Next he is.
I feel like it's the final destination right now.
Yeah.
It's like the list of people that need to die, and we're just going through them in
Bye,
Season
guys.
3. Just because of how they're ranked in the WCS. This is crazy.
I'm imagining a Photoshop somewhere. We're going to get like a little list going.
Welcome
it's true.
to the WCS Final Destination 3.
It's it's shaping up to be that way. And Lucifron, considering his performance last season, he could go out in the round of 16 if he doesn't go out here as well. He's been looking shaky as of late, despite that series against Starbuck at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Starbuck has an opportunity to cause major upsets.
Yeah.
Absolutely major.
The 2 players from Challenger League could go through.
Yeah, they really could.
That says it all.
All right, guys, we are going to go to a short commercial break. And then when we're back, we'll have the final series of the night. Will it be Starbuck or will it be Lucifron? We'll have to see.